Hello, physical science students. Today we're going to be talking about classifying or creating categories based on similarities. And the challenge we've got is how do we classify everything? When you look out the window, everything that you can see, what categories can we put that in? So the two big categories we can classify everything into are all matter, anything that has mass and takes up space, and energy. And we're not really going to focus on the energy category right now. That's what we're going to focus on in the second half of the year when we do physics. So let's focus on this all matter category. All matter can be classified into two broad categories, into pure substances and into mixtures. And don't get confused by this word pure. The pure and pure substance doesn't mean, oh, there's nothing bad in it, or there's no dirt in it. Pure substance is just a sort of scientific way of saying if something is an element or a compound. And an element, you guys know what elements are. Where do you look to see if something's an element? On the periodic table. So some examples of elements, these are things like iron, these are things like aluminum. And compounds are different from elements because to make a compound, you got to take two or more elements and join them together. So typically, compounds have a formula. So those can be things like sodium chloride, those can be things like water. If we can't write a formula for it like that, that means it's not a compound, it's a mixture. And we've got two categories of mixtures. We've got homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. And the difference between these two is that a homogeneous mixture just looks like one thing. So a homogeneous mixture would be things like ketchup, would be things like tomato soup. Obviously, in ketchup and tomato soup, we got tomatoes, we got salt, we got probably some water and some oil and other stuff, but it's all mixed together. It's all blended together, so we can't see the different parts. And that's what makes a homogeneous mixture homogeneous. It looks like one thing. A heterogeneous mixture is made of different things, but we can see the different parts. These things like chocolate chip cookie dough. Salsa is a good example of a heterogeneous mixture. In salsa, obviously, none of the stuff is joined together. I don't chemically combine the tomatoes and the peppers and the onions when I make the salsa. And more importantly, I can pick them apart. That's what makes a heterogeneous mixture. I can separate the different ingredients. All right, I hope this helps. We'll talk more about each of these in the coming week.